Hi there, so great win for us today, beating West Ham 3-1. Your thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a very high energy match. I thought Arsenal showed a lot of character once again to come back and got a goal down. I think they used, morale could easily have crumbled at that stage, especially with the controversy around the penalty. And I think that a lot of character was shown, and I think a very good spirit and resolve by Arsenal to come back and play the way they did second half, so early on in the second half, with the 5-week break from the World Cup. I thought Saka was phenomenal. I thought the link attacking play in that first 5-10 minutes of the second half was superb. And I think Arsene Wenger, watching up on from the stands, first time back since 2018, welcome back Arsene, would have been massively proud and very enamoured by that.
Yeah, brilliant comeback. First half, they got that penalty. What did you think of it?
So, I say it's controversial. I can't talk too directly on it because I didn't see it. And that's not an Arsene Wenger. I didn't see it from the dugout. I actually wasn't physically at the stadium yet at the stage. So I don't know. You'd have to fill me in on that. So I think enough other people will say the whys and wherefores of the penalty. From what I could gather, like when I came into the ground, it felt contentious, just on the atmosphere, like in the lower tier. But like that's not unusual. So I can't say for definite on that. Yeah.
Done so well in the second half. Nketiah got his goal. Really important for him to score. We know he's going to have a run of games in the team now with Gabriel Jesus being injured, so hopefully he'll get a lot of confidence in that and go on a run of scoring goals.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think that momentum and confidence is so vital in football, and I think that whilst it's a shame for Gabriel Jesus that he's going to be out for a while, it does give an opportunity to another human being, Eddie Nketiah, to have a run in its side, which he hasn't really had properly in the last 4 years since breaking through, maybe 5 years since breaking through. I think it was that flicked header against Norwich in the Carabao Cup in 2017. So yeah, I think that's a good opportunity, and I think that he deserves a run, and we need to be patient with him. He's still quite precocious and quite untested, so we can keep, I think that's the thing, keep supporting the team. I think that it was very kind of in finely balanced when we went 1-0 down. Had we not got those early goals second half, or had West Ham got seconds, that's when the character would have been truly tested. And I think that, like I said before the Christmas break or the World Cup break, staying with the team is the key. And yeah, that's really going to be the important thing for the next 20 games or so.
Okay, who would you give your man of the match to today?
Up the boys! Up the boys! I can't lie. Get out of here, Arsenal.
Hello, Mark and Dean. Nice to see you. Well.
Oui! Oh, top of the league. Say where you're top of the league.
I'm going to say Saka. It might not be so much just on the contribution to the day's game in terms of like technical performance, that was superb. I just think the character he's shown since the Euro 21 final to come back. A lot of players much older than him would have folded after that, especially after the horrendous abuse he received. And I think what he's done, just to play with a smile, head up, heart open, I think he's a really fitting example of a human being, not to mention a great football player. And I think that I think for that alone I give it to Saka actually. Yeah.
Okay, so Brighton up next. Difficult game, Brighton up next. Yeah. We know we're in good form this season, it's at their ground. Your thoughts?
It'll be a difficult game. So, this Christmas period with the games every few days is always testing. I think that Brighton have actually responded quite well to losing Graham Potter as manager. So I think the fact that they so heavily outplayed Chelsea a few weeks back before the World Cup break was testament to that. I mean, we've had some difficult games there the last few seasons as well. I'm trying to think the last game that we won. I think it was a 1-1 draw last year in the rain, or 0-0. And then we had a last-minute defeat during the weird kind of lockdown, post-lockdown phase when we came out of that. We had those summer games in the summer of 2020. It was a bit bizarre, and there was quite a lot of friction between Guendouzi and their goal scorer, whose name I forget. He scored a worldie, to be fair. And actually, Pepe did score a great goal that day. An unusual great goal for Arsenal. So, given all that, I think it won't be a walkover. It won't. People might have thought today Arsenal will cruise this, and it really wasn't the case. I think first half showed that, but I think keep together, keep the spirit, keep positive and patient, think patience is key. I think on and off the pitch, and yeah, that's what I'd say about the next few games.